It's the last week in May, and for most kids in Utah's public school system, it's the last month of the school year. The students at Granite Park Junior High gather together for what will be for some, one of the most important days of their education, the much-anticipated science fair. Each student or group is yoked with the same objective: design and build a functioning wind turbine. The judges will test each model for efficiency, effectiveness, and strength. Among this year's finalists is an unlikely candidate. Just a few months prior, she admits she had no idea how much she would enjoy the world of physics, or how well she would do at it. Making her scientific and engineering debut is 9th grader Elisa Moda.
At the beginning, I thought all hope was lost because I have no idea how to build a windmill. And my friends didn't either, and neither did our science teacher, and we kind of were depressed for a little while because we're like, how are we going to do this?
Elisa's initial lack of confidence is to be expected. Not because the coursework was beyond her reach, but rather because of our tendency to perform better in those areas that are more familiar to us. Until this time, she just hadn't had the opportunity. In fact, for most of the kids in Elisa's class, this is their first real hands-on experience in a lab. There are always a few who will discover their own passion for physics or engineering or the sciences in these labs, but it's very hard to know in advance who will thrive in such settings until the kids have that opportunity to experience it for themselves.
23-centimeter piece of file folder and wrap it around a pencil.
And while the curriculum inside the classroom can help authorities determine a grade, it's the competition and the thrill of success at a science fair that really give these students a glimpse into what it takes to succeed in these areas in the real world. Areas we're in great need of.
Because our country is behind in scientists and engineers, and we're capable, and we need to help these kids succeed.
So how will they actually learn to apply this knowledge in order to be competitive?
It says cut a 1 by 23-centimeter piece of file folder, so file folder.
Wait, is it like this?
Educational experts say each child must effectively be taught so that they can learn for themselves how to connect the dots that lead to success. For Elisa, this process began when she was given the chance to answer one tough question. How do you create a powered windmill if you've never done it before?
Well, we experimented a lot. We first bought a windmill from kidwind.com. That wasn't the first thing we did, actually, but and then we did rapid prototyping, and based upon that windmill, we constructed another one, and we tried many different materials. So we tried feathers once, but it was a complete disaster. It didn't even spin. And then our final result was balsa wood, because balsa wood's light. We experimented with different designs for the blades and different heights and the torque and the solidity and such.
Height, torque, solidity? Not too bad considering just a few months earlier, Elisa felt overwhelmed because she had no idea how to build a windmill.
Going into this, I didn't think I'd learn much, but I learned more than I expected to.
But this goes way beyond just learning how to build a windmill or winning a science fair. Remember those dots the experts say can lead a child to success? Elisa is beginning to connect them.
For example, if you wanted to make a house for your dog or something like that, you need to know what the right dimensions need to be, what do you need to construct it out of, and you need to know how to make stuff properly. And it made me want to be more of a perfectionist when I do things in life.
And all this from one positive experience in a field Elisa herself didn't expect she would be excited about. But Elisa isn't the only one who's excited about science. And that's good because Granite Park Junior High boasts one of the state's more successful science programs. An achievement that doesn't come easy without the concerted efforts of not only the students and faculty, but also the community and legislative support. What has state officials most interested is the demographic makeup of Elisa's peers at Granite Park Junior High. She's part of a growing trend of females and ethnic minorities who are pursuing coursework or degrees in fields such as math or engineering or science.
In the math, engineering, science areas, you don't see a lot of females and you don't see a lot of ethnic minorities. It's mostly white males.
A lot of times they do get passed by the wayside.
That's just hard to accept if you're Elisa, or her parents, or one of her many peers that might fall into those statistics. But the numbers don't lie, and this isn't exactly news to educational authorities. Across the country, females and ethnic minorities fall far behind in the fields of math, or science, or engineering. And unfortunately, Utah is no exception. At Granite Park Junior High, the faculty is keenly aware of these disheartening numbers. Located in the heart of Salt Lake County, it is one of the most ethnically diverse schools in the state. But Granite Park Junior High is one of many examples where the statistics were wrong. In fact, the school consistently performs high in state competitions and science fairs. And that bodes well for students like Elisa and her peers, who didn't just win her school's science fair, they won the state as well.
We got the letter saying we actually won first, and I was really happy. And I think now I can pretty much take something and make it into something like better, because we took something small and we made it gradually better and better and better.
Kind of the way we as a society take these children and gradually make them better and better and better. But winning first place is not the only goal. There are many students that had the same experience that Elisa and her peers had, and for these kids, this could likely be the first big milestone in a series of crucial steps that have proven to be so elusive to females and ethnic minorities in the past. And these are the dots that must be connected in their minds. This path is readily taught and made available to the majority of kids in Utah's public schools. By definition, it is the standard, or rather, the expected road most students will need to travel in order to receive the graduate level training that opens the doors to a career in math or physics or engineering or science. But to the underserved, or ethnic minorities like Elisa, this path is far from an expectation. Rather, this path is known as access.